Let's talk about benefit sales. Now, you may have heard us use the term benefit sales, but not realize like what that is and why we consider ourselves benefit salespeople. So, we are salespeople who sell a product, money in this case, where we actually sell something to get less of it. It's a really odd thing. Now, think about a retail person or a car salesperson or somebody says anything physical. Those folks are selling something that that person may or may not need, right? There's not a whole lot of like actual needs that we have to have, but we sell benefits. In fact, we sell something that's intangible, some people will say. So we really have to sell the benefit. What is the benefit? How do we come up with that? We have to think from somebody else's perspective to figure out what that benefit is. You're taking cash out. How do we save somebody money? Well, we have to compare it to their other options. Like how else would they get this money? They cash advance on a credit card, a personal loan, borrowing from family. And what's the cost of borrowing from family? Like burnt relationships maybe awkward Thanksgiving dinners, that kind of stuff. So we have a lot of different benefits to weigh. So when we think of it this way, we should probably write them down. We should probably put our ducks in a row and figure out which benefit is really going to help our client the most. All right, today's practical tip. I want to give you a two-step process. So the two-step process is when I can't figure out all of the benefits in one step. It's that easy. I'm not talking about a two-call close. I'm talking about like a two-loan close. So let's say they want to save $400 on a monthly basis. You can figure out how to save them $200 now. So let's sell them on the two-step process. Let's tell them, let's remind them what their goal was. Your goal was to get to 400. I understand I can only get you halfway there. So we recognize the fact that this is halfway there, but this is a step in the right direction. And we have to use phrasing like that. So this is the first step. A step in the right direction. We're gaining momentum. And there's some benefits that happen. So now after you close your first loan with us, right? So next time around, I don't have to charge you origination fees or anything like that. You've already essentially paid for 2 or 3 transactions with this first one that you're doing with us in broad market anyway. And then the next time you go, you don't have to pay that origination fee or whatever the next step would be, right? Maybe that's paying off additional debt or making some other transition with their finances. So that's out of our control though. Right now, what I can control is $200. Also, mindful of things like one skipped payment, maybe an escrow refund if that's appropriate. Those types of things can help. So you can use that money to snowball effect or pay off some other debt or try and get your house in order. All right, so that is a classic two-step approach. Now, here's the last thing. So earlier we talked about benefits, and there's a lot of different benefits that are out there. And we talked maybe about a two-step process when I can't make your 100% like your goal, your target, your benefit come to fruition right now. But here's the thing. Even if I can't get that original benefit that you were looking for, always make the offer. So there's an argument to be made for a shorter term, even when somebody calls in for a lower monthly payment. There's an argument to be made for shortening up the term, even if it's just a few years. Like a few years, like if your payment's $1,000 and you shorten your term by 2 years, that's $24,000. You're going to pay less for your house. Like that is a significant benefit. I would at least want to have that option on the table. So when we talk to clients, when we talk to borrowers, we don't always make that offer. We tell people like sometimes like, oh yeah, you're in a pretty good situation right now. I actually can't lower your monthly payment because they got like, I don't know, 29 years left. You can't spread it out back to 30, lower the interest rate significantly, like maybe 1/8 of a percent or something like that. And they don't have a lot of equity. So here's what you do. You offer a 15-year term or a 22-year term or get creative with it. But if they qualify, make the offer. Let them know what their options are. It's not up to you to decide. It's up to you to let them know what's on the table and what's available out there with persuasion and influence. They might actually decide, you know what, like that saves me $120,000. Forget saving $100 a month. Like I'm going to shift my goals because the conversation I had with you. You could be that persuasive. You could save somebody $100,000 by shortening their term, or $24,000 if their payment's $1,000 and shortening their term just 2 years. That is a ridiculously good option. And it makes sense. So make the offer. If they qualify, if their FICO's good, make the offer presented.